Hello, welcome to Spiritual Walkers. This is Apostle Lisa Graves, and welcome to my world. I'm coming over on here today. Share. I believe I know it's a word from the Lord. So first of all, I'd like to welcome you here. Those who are new, welcome. Please subscribe and hit the like button, the thumbs up button. And also you have the freedom to comment on this video. Like to get your thoughts on what I'm going to share. And please be nice as you're sharing your comments. And please share this video. I am known to be a prophet for many years. And God speaks to me in dreams, visions, knowing, audibly. All right? I want to share something with you, those of you especially who are looking at what's going on in our world with the food shortage, gas going up. Looks like the world's coming to an end, right? And a lot of people are saying the world is coming to an end. Well, it is. But not like as you think how the world is coming to an end. I was listening to a video that was being shared. And this person was prophesying about what's taking place in our world, especially with the stocks. So please, if you have not looked at my other videos dealing with the stock market and the prophetic dreams and words that I've been getting and sharing, please go to those videos and look at them. I'm a prophet, and as you know, all prophets, we can prophesy in parts. So that's what the Bible tells us. So I'm just a piece of the part. And as we collectively put it together, I think we'll get a whole. But I believe it's about to come to a head, the whole. Because I think this is the biggest part I think we've been waiting on and trying to understand. I was sharing about how I had a dream about me going into heaven. I went into the light, and as deep as I went into the light, I came out on the other side in the aura and was taken into space where the darkness, where the stars were there. And there formed these three stars coming together, forming one big coin. And in that form of that big coin was a sword that was stuck in the big coin. The sword went straight like the coin, and then the sword was straight through the big coin, through this coin. But as I looked, it was a B on the big coin, a B on the coin, and it looked like the Bitcoin symbol. So I was like, oh boy. And I'm just looking and just spinning. But as I'm descending, coming down, the Bitcoin comes with me and falls on me, and I wakes up. So there's a lot to that. But I have a video that gives more in depth about that particular dream. And I've had another one. So a thought really hit me. And I know it was the thought of God that wanted me to share. He shared it with me. And I feel real impressed to share it with you all. And what God was sharing with me to tell the people that this is not the end of the world that we know of what we think or familiar of. You know, we think of the end of the world, we think of God's coming and the wrath and all that stuff and the wars and the wars. Well, there's always been wars from the beginning. And God would say, that the world that we know of is coming to an end. Because he says, why would I transfer my wealth over to those who have suffered the most? Why would I send you into wealth and end the world? That doesn't make sense to God. Doesn't make sense. If God gives us something, he wants us to be able to enjoy it and use it, right? So that includes finance. So I believe and I know that the stock, if you're into stock, I'm not a financial whatever, but I really believe that what God is saying, that we're moving into a new era. The old is winding out. And he brought me to how when you read the book of Genesis, the Old Testament, and then you're going into the New Testament, which is Matthew. And doing that silence part from the book, the Old Testament, into the New Testament, Matthew, when Jesus came on the scene, became a new era. Okay, came the era of Pisces. And that was the Christ, the human Christ that we know of, who dwelled on earth with us. That's the human Christ, as we all are the human Christ. So here we are in this particular, like all this stuff is going on in the world, and we thinking it's the end of the world because the food shortage, the gas and oil prices, with the pandemic and people dying and the murders and the girdles, everything that's taking place. We're looking at it like it's the end of the world. So then why would God bless you? Why would he transfer the wealth, if that's what you want to call it? I really believe that I believe what God is doing is that he's preparing us and prepping us to move into the new era so that we can endure not just through this trouble enduring time. This is a trip. It's like right now where we at are called turbulence, going into the new, coming out of the old, going into the new era, as we are now in the era of Aquarius. Okay, we was in the Pisces. Listen, Pisces, which is water, and water, earthly, right? Now we're moving into Aquarius, which is air, a sign, an air sign. Now we're moving into a higher consciousness of Christ. Okay, moving into a higher consciousness of Christ. And now we're no longer going to be looking at things in a flesh Christ-like perception. We'll be looking at things in a conscious, higher Christ conscious, okay, spirit conscious perception of things, so that we will know how to live out. In other words, we're mutating or transmuting into a new place, new air. That's why that's why your body, the food is going to change. How we used to eat, and with the food shortage, you're going to have to learn and teach yourself how to eat certain foods that's going to help your body, okay, in this new era that we're going into, which we would call it the 5D era. We're leaving the 3D era, moving into a higher conscious of the 5D era, okay? And that's why our bodies are changing. If you think about it, the pandemic really brought on this era of eating different, because now we're trying to keep the body healthy. So now everybody's health conscious on what they eat and what they do with their body and things of that nature. And that's only the turbulence that's taking place, that some of us are still wrestling with, trying to get it right, our bodies to eat right, or to exercise and sleep and do these things. we're transmuting into the 3D era. We're going into the Aquarius era where we could be more aware, more higher conscious, and know these things to come and know how to handle our money, because now money is not going to be as what we know and used to use it as, and used to how we used to use it, but now it's going to be crypto. So now you got to prepare your mind to live in a crypto or stock market kind of crypto era that we're moving into. So you have to raise your level of knowing. And so study, and get you some cryptos, okay? Get you some stocks, get you some oils. Do it while they're low, because God is putting us in position for all to be able to benefit from this. Whether poor or rich or whatever, $1 million, you could be wealthy, rich, or whatever. I said rich, R-I-C-H. A lot of people like to call me a witch. See, I told you she said witch. Just because I have a gift and I like to use tarot cards. Okay. Whatever. But I love to read the Bible too. All right. And other books. So, I really don't, the Lord said the world is not ending the way we think and know of, but it is ending. A new era is ending. And we are moving into that new era, and he wants to prep us for that. And he wants us to be blessed in that new era so that we can endure in that new era. That's going to be, technology is going to increase. Oh my God, like crazy. Our tip of the scale of learning and knowledge is going to increase. Our health is going to balance out. All these things are going to take place in the new era. We're going to come to a way of how we communicate is going to be different. Even that's going to be different. We're moving into the era where God says, behold, greater works you would do as well. This is the era. This is the fifth dimension is that era going into the sixth dimension, which will follow spontaneously. We're going into this conscious era where we would be doing greater exploits. You think we done it in the past? You think they done it in the past? Oh, we ain't seen nothing yet when we talking about flying stuff. And you can, you know what I'm saying? Cars almost driving by themselves now, right? So we can see it's happening. We can see technology massively happening. So our foods are going to be different. And you know, they're already transmuting our food. They're already transmuting our organs. They doing all these creative things to where you can live with a transplant of a heart that was created by a computer. You can live. Yeah, so our bodies, because these 5D things that are being created, our body is got to be able to live in that and live with it. So our body is even transmuted. That's why you having certain types of aches and pains in your body. That's why it's good to meditate so that your body can rejuvenate and be toxified of all the old, so that all the new can come in and you be ready to move into the new era and enjoy life more abundantly. So I know this is what God is telling me. I know that's what God is showing me. And I wanted to share it with the world, because with everything, with the coins and the oils and the gas and the food, everything has been modified. Everything. So they've been modified through 5D dimensional stuff. Okay, so people don't want to give up a liver no more. So guess what? They're going to make a liver. And it's going to be, through a computer, 5D computer. My daughter actually was able to show me one, how they created a single metal with this 3D machine. She was like, Mom, so people with computer literacy and engineering literacy, that's why the children, look at how our children coming out. They're coming out. Oh my God, my 4-year-old and I got 4 and oh my God, I'm not saying they didn't read back then and was smart back then, but they smart now. And so they're prepared to come into this new era, already transmuted, already in that 5D, to be able to what? Come in and make the new, and make this new. So we talk about the new world order. Well, the new world order is the combining that of those coins and currencies coming together so that we can trade all over the place, do what we do, buy and sell, and things of that nature. So you all don't fear that the world is going to end, because God is not trying to give you your money and give you and transfer wealth to us, or give us wealth to take us out of here and blow up the world, and then we ain't. What's the point of all that money that you got laying up in you, waiting for them to for God to give you? Why would he do that? So God said, no, baby, this not, we're not coming. What's coming is you coming up. You coming up. You're transmuting, transitioning into a higher consciousness of Christ, the air, the mind, the crown, the chakra, where before, when Jesus came in the Pisces area of emotions and feeling, that's body, that's physical, that's the 3D era. So Jesus came, now Christ is coming in another form. All right. And he's transmuting us. He's transitioning and transmuting us to become a great people, that we can live in this era. And that's why it's so important to have unconditional love and forgiving and acceptance of others and of this that's to come. Be open-minded, because I'm telling you, as it was done back in the biblical day when they had that 40 years of peace, and you wonder, well, after the Old Testament, when you got to the end of the Old Testament, what happened? What went on? 40 years gone, and here come Matthew with Jesus coming on the scene. There's a new era, and during that time, there's a book. I do meditations, and I have an oracle. Bradley Johnson, he reads the book of the Maccabees or something like that. I can't even say the word, but it's a book, and he was sharing that book on our last session Thursday night that we had our prayer and meditation session, and he talked about this, and I didn't put it together, and I didn't get it until now, and I have to let him know I got it. That's transmuting or transcending up is God's way of putting us in position to be able to live and to grow and to be in the new era. So if we close ourselves off, you won't be able to expand and grow, and you may have the money, but then it's going to be hard for you to navigate through the new season, the new era that we're about to come on. And this new era is going to hit us, the first of the year, we always say January, but we know too, first of the year usually happen in October. That's when we're going to start seeing a lot of the finances come together for us. It's between June, July, August, September, October. It's going to really be magnified. So as we know, as we come into this new era, this new year, we're going to really see a lot of things take place. And if you wrestle with it and tug with it, you're going to get fearful, anxieties. It's going to be crazy. Insomnia, you're going to have more aches and pains. If you're having headaches and chest and muscle pain, ain't nothing wrong with you. It's that your body is transmuting. It's moving into a phase to where your body can begin to receive any of these things, the food, the modified foods, or the the transplants, or things of that nature, that, the new technology of medicine, the new technology of, maybe that's why the pandemic came, and why some of you fear taking the vaccine, because y'all feel like y'all being transmuted. Well, it is some sort of way of us being able to live and survive, because as we know, as it does, more disease come, more things happen. Okay? So just our body is being prepared. Our hearts are being prepared. That's why the racism has been so depleted. So, because why is because God wants us to be aware. Hey, where's your heart when it comes to your beliefs as far as real beliefs, as far as being prejudiced towards someone else's belief, color, whatever. Okay? And he wants us to be open-hearted so that we can move into the air. Okay? Move into the air. And then when I was caught up in the air, I was in the air. And that's when the Bitcoin formed. And it came down. So until we transcend up and have a positive thinking, positive saying nice things, not always judging and criticizing what you think who is and what is, whatever. But till we come to a place of just accepting, you transcend to this so beautifully, so eloquently. I mean, we're seeing people now living over 100 years old. They said the age is 80. I mean, it used to be 70, now it's 80, but they living beyond 80. They living in the hundreds. One lady I know lived up to 119. She almost made it. Okay, so these bodies, God is letting us know, be ready, because and allow this, do what you got to do. Prepare your body, detoxify it, your mind, your emotion, get rid of all the old, move all that junk, and move into the new of you. Move into the new who you want to be. Because even when you get this financing, you're blessed. Okay? I'm going to say this. I just heard this. Yes, there would be currency, but the dollar's not going to end. Somehow, I don't know. The dollar currency is not going to end. Somehow, God is blessing the dollars, the dollar coins, the dollar currency, that American coins is not going to disappear as we thought or think. God is going to somehow bless it, favor it, so that that would even be transmuted with us, and that would be used accordingly with the coins. Okay, so somehow all that's going to wrap up with the credit cards and all that stuff. Okay, so just get ready, be excited for what God is doing and where we're going and where we're headed and what we're about to receive and how we're going to receive it and what we're going to do when we receive it. And we hope that when you do, that until everybody else receive theirs, that you're going to be a blessing until they get theirs. Okay? Let's not be stingy. I don't care. That's why we got to remove prejudice and remove all this stuff that separates us, because that is not the way God wanted it. That's why, see, the reason why y'all talk about the one new world order is because God is trying to bring us back. Y'all remember in Babylon, he separated us. Okay? Now he's trying to pull it all back together. Okay? That's all he's doing. He's trying to bring the world back together, because that's the way it was when he separated them at the Babylon Tower. Okay, and he combined their voices, and they all went their separate ways, having their own thing. So now I believe what God is doing now in this time is trying to bring us all back together and unite us as a people so that we can enjoy life on this earth together and share our technology and share the Christ, however that Christ is worship to you. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not here to judge what's wrong, what's right. I am here to make sure you understand this prophetic word. So I was told to read this book. I had no idea when I was telling this person about what God is sharing with me. This person told me to read this book because it talks about that. And I said, that's a book that my oracle assistant, he's assisting me, Bradley Johnson, he said that's the book that he reads, and he shared that book. And I kept asking, well, how you say that name of that book again? I'm going to get that book and read it. So now I see why he was coming back into me again to read it, because sometimes these other books, we don't want to read them because we think that the Bible is the only thing we need. The Bible is not the only book that we need, because there's other tribes that lived in that Bible that may not have been, all of them, the Aconites and all them, they wrote their way and their belief and how God shared it with them in their way. So what we, again, like prophets, we all come and fit together like a puzzle to make a whole. So these different people that's in that Bible, we're now coming back together to make a whole. So y'all, I'm excited. I'm excited about it. I'm so happy about it. I am so thrilled about it because now I ain't got to worry about nobody sitting there calling me out of, calling me, well, if I am a witch, whatever. But I don't care about what you think because I have a gift. So they call every great God a gift. Okay. So they call every great God a witch. They call Jesus a witch. Okay. They call him a Beelzebub. But he was worse. He was the devil himself. So, hey. So they call all the great gods with gifts, witches, warlocks, demons. They call all the great gods, you're listening, witches and warlocks. All the great gods, that's who they call them. Okay? So don't be upset when they call you that because you using your gifts the way you use your gifts. Because now what they're saying is, I must be one of the great gods. All right. All right now. So give me your comments below. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this. Is it resonating with you? Have somebody else been told this about the world's not in it as we know of, but it's just we're moving into a new era, 5D era. And look at what's going on. We got the 5D towers, the 5D phone, everything. As these golden stars are coming together, they form one big coin. And through that golden big coin, as it was spinning in the air, I saw a sword go through the coin. One sword going through the coin. And I'm just looking, I'm like, what in the world? It's beautiful, but it's spinning. And as it's spinning so dazzling in the air of this space here amongst the stars, I'm with it. But I find myself descending down a little here. I'm slowly going down. And as it's spinning and glittering, I saw the letter B on the coin. And I looked and said, is that a Bitcoin? Wow. So as I'm coming down onto this plane, the third dimension, is when the coin began to come down with me. And as I'm coming down, and I get flat-footed, the coin comes down, till it drops on me, and I wakes up. That was the end of that dream. That vision, that prophetic. So I usually can interpret my dreams, but I really believe that that it's saying that we have to go into a dimension, or we have to be in a certain vibrational dimension in order to begin to see what God is going to do, or what the Bitcoins, or what's going on with the stock market. We have to be in that positive but dimension. Okay? And as we're in this positive dimension, because I look at the colors and the white and all the colors, that all these positive colors, that's a dimension. And then as we go up into the space, we're open-minded to what's possibilities, the possibilities of what could happen. But I believe that's where the information is, because as God said, there was someone there, a spirit, I believe it was the Spirit of God, that was right there beside me, whispering information to me. But at this point, I can't tell you what that is. But however, I believe we have to be in a certain dimension in order to believe, to receive the information we need to see and to know what's going on in the stock market and how to navigate ourselves. But one thing I do know, the Bitcoin was also letting me know that when it fell in all this glory and this gold, it fell on me. And I woke up. And when I woke up, y'all, it felt so real, I was looking for it. I was looking for that thing, But I realized it was a dream. And, but I really mean that big gold is going to fall very low. and that we're able and will be able to purchase some Bitcoins. So please purchase some Bitcoins, purchase you some stocks, stay in your high vibration, stay positive, stay optimistic, get away from anything that's negative, that's going to cause you to stay in a low vibration that you cannot ascend. So you have to ascend and vibrate with money, vibrate with the market, so that we can help bring the market into its fruition place, which is wealth, so that we all can be blessed. Thank you. Again, this is Apostle Lisa Graves. Welcome to my world, spiritual walkers. Thank you for coming. For those who've returned, those who are new, please subscribe and like. And if you have any comments and like to have a better interpretation or a interpretation, because like I said, God give us all in parts. Everyone has a piece of the puzzles, and even sometimes He'll give us more prophetic dreams to add to the puzzle. And I'm just a little part of the puzzle adding. All right, so who I am and what I am doesn't matter. What matters is that everybody is put in place and everybody's in position to endure what's to come. Is the world ending? No, I just believe we're going into a new phase, an era that we all are going to be able to be happy. And I don't just see God just opening up the floodgates to bless us for the world to end. For what? We wouldn't be able to enjoy the blessings. And one thing God wants us to do is enjoy the blessings. So He's setting all of us up. It doesn't matter what you believe or what you think about anybody's belief or religion. It is what it is, who God is. He's a merciful, graceful God. And karma, whether good or bad, karma takes care of that. So God even put that in position. But hey, a lot of us sown a lot of good seeds, and a lot of us sown a lot of bad seeds. So either way, the balance is harmony, and yet it does what it does. It does what it do, right? All right. Thank you for coming to Spiritual Walker. Thank you for listening to me. Again, like and subscribe and share and comment on this video, please, as well as I have a link at the bottom if you'd like to give a donation to my ministry that I'm doing here. Please donate as well, and I appreciate you for coming in. I hope that this helped ease you, especially for those who are in the stock market and try to figure out what's going on, and those in the prophetic realm in that area. But I love you all, and I bless you. Thank you so much, and bye-bye. Know that I love you, and definitely know I want to be you. Bye-bye.